Very warm welcome to you, baby dolls. Hope you got your fluffy slippers on today. I've made many videos, high value content, all for you and your wonderful consumption. I can't tell you how many times I have said the following. I am waiting for the fourth quarter of 2025. Everything I do is my choice. You can do your own thing. You don't have to follow me. I implore you not to follow me. Do your own thing. I can only tell you what I'm doing because I make videos for someone like me, someone who wears fluffy slippers with a straight back. I want to know how other people are acting over time. Don't give me one decision, give me a series of decisions. But there was no source available. Now there is. I have told you time and time again. December 2025. You know what I've also said in my videos? I've said I already know 99% won't make it because I know what emotions do to people. This is why markets move the way they do. People give up. I've seen it time and time again. I can tell you what happened on this chart, and we're going to go through it. That's a Bitcoin chart. I'm going to tell you my journey and what everyone in the crowd was feeling. What happened just now has got to do with interest rates. Interest rates were held by the US Fed. It was very interesting. You see crypto's reaction, which is crypto going down. And then the Fed says, skipping a rate hike at a coming meeting would allow the committee to see more data before decisions, etc. He explained the governor clarified that the decision to skip a hike should not be interpreted as the Fed confirming a peak rate. Crypto poopies, I had a look at the stock market. If you're going to have a look here, the stock market did not poopy. So what's going on? It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. I promise you, I have seen every single permutation and combination of these where it's good comments, bad reaction, bad comments, good reaction, mild comments, bad reaction. Every single permutation combination, can't pick it. Don't know what's going to happen. It's irrelevant. And then it gets dissipated, dissolved in a few days anyway, and people move on every single time. So I knew when I saw this, I was like, oh, I bet now that crypto is going down, people are going to start falling off the horse. And falling off the horse, they are. Before we continue, friends, I just want to show you evidence, okay? Because everyone's falling off the horse, it would make you think something is going on. They must know something. No, they don't. All they know is one thing. They know that their balls are getting squeezed and they can't take the pain. They just want the green candles now. They are not mentally prepared. You like, subscribe, press the belly button and all because I'm here to tell you if you want to win, you got to stretch out your horizon. But everyone says that, but no one actually does it. This is why markets move the way they do. Every single person says, yeah, long-term hold, long-term hold. No one actually does it. I do it. I do it. Look at this. US CPI. It's falling sharp. It's amazing how there are people bearish on crypto when the CPI just drops like a rock. Literally drops like a rock. They're expecting CPI to have a 2 in front of it. 2.something%, 2.9% in 1 or 2 months. That's how much it's dropping like a rock. This is very bullish. You know what I've come to know and see? The market interprets news how it wants to. It goes to where it wants to go. It's the most amazing part. No matter what humans say, Fed Powell, anybody else, no matter what they say, the market will do what it's planned to do. By the cosmos, puppet master, fairy dust, God, aliens, whatever. That's what happens. So I know this. This is why I have trained myself to go, what he's doing, it's going to be a while. Every single time, it's going to be a while. So now that you know CPI is dropping, macro is looking bullish. So you're going to be very confused. You're like, why is crypto going down? I mean, if you go down just a 30-minute chart, you're like, why did you go down? No. Don't worry why. I'll tell you why. Weak hands needed to be flushed out. I promise you, it's the same story every single time. Change the commodities, change the asset class, change it, whether it's a stock, cryptocurrencies, it doesn't matter. The answer is always weak hands got to be shaken out. Every single time. You don't even need to know the news. It's just, well, just need to get rid of them. We just need to get rid of them first before we can continue the other way. It can happen on the upside too, by the way. So now that you have this undertone and you know, all right, price can move away from the fundamentals. Of course they do. There's a 50% chance whether the candle's green or red. And if you're holding for 2.5 years, then half the time it's not going to go against you in that immediate short term every time you're having a look. You ever thought about that? Literally 50% of the time, you're flipping a coin. Your emotions are flipping a coin. It's either going towards the target or away from the target. This is the crazy part. Everyone knows this. Not everyone can stick to their guns. So when I show this information, it's meant to benefit you because I interpret it and I can help you extrapolate juicy information from this. The fundamentals of crypto are still strong. People think they are like dunking on you when they're like, oh, you said price is going to go up in 2.5 years, but it's going down today. Who cares, man? These people, let them click sell and just get out. They'll never learn. Ever. They'll never learn. I've seen every single scenario. I've seen people get out of coins and crypto and assets that have just gone up only. I've seen them get out too early. I'm not even joking. So sometimes I'll get a baby doll comment, right? Sometimes. So from Lady Lentil. Lady Lentil has said, Sommi, I have now capitulated on you. Friend. You are still my friend. Thank you very much. But I've realized with the PulseChain launch that the best thing to do is listen to yourself. USD farms were the best farms to go into after the first week and were called poopy. If only I listened to myself. So all throughout my videos, I've said I swear every second to third video, I'm constantly saying this one main principle. I said every single time red candles appear, right? We're going to get a little brush here. Every single time red candles appear, I hear, you hear, we hear the same thing every time. And that is that holding is a scam. I should have gone into trading. I should have exited every single time. 100% of the time. I promise you. This is the funny part. You know, there was also, I heard it here. Right there. I did not circle these by coincidence, mind you. These are all on purpose. I know every single story here that was going on. I'm here 18 hours a day. Every single time people come out, I should have gone to stables, should have shorted, I should have day traded every single time. Do you know what's funny? I'm now speaking to you in June of 2023. I can't tell you the name of one person that I actually remember who came out ahead. One. Whoever speaks like this. I can't tell you one. I can't even say, oh yeah, I've got a friend. He or she is still trying to make it. They're a little duck floating around in the pond. I don't even know their names. They're gone. Gone with the wind. It's like just this rotation of people come in. And unfortunately, some people stay on the boat. Others, they go, that's it, I'm done. And they just end up in a graveyard, end up at the bottom of the sea. This is what happens. I don't know why. That's just, there's a famous saying by Warren Buffett. He always says 99% of people are not built to be investors. They're not genetically built. They don't have the mental fortitude. They are just better off putting their money in the S&P 500 fund and literally coming back in 40 years, which is true. The governments know this. That's why they give you 401k, superannuation. That's why they do this. They know this. All the stats and evidence show this. But I'm not going to give up because I know there are people and ducks out there. And if you're a little cute chipmunk, you can come along too. I know you are out there screaming for help. You want to learn. You can become a beast at this. All you got to do is just stick to this is the funny part. All you got to do is just stick to the principles, friends. This is gonna make you laugh. Look at this. So, Lady Lentil here. This is what's passed so far. Do you see that little rectangle? Okay. How many times have I said in a video? How many times have I told you I'm holding to December 2025? I want to show you. Look at that little rectangle. This is where I'm holding to. Look at the progress bar. Look at this progress bar. Oh my God, that's 28 out of what I've done counted days. Oh wow. Friends, this is the percentage of what we've done. 30 on 900. Okay, we are 3% of the way. 3 to 4% of the progress made. Let's write this down. We are literally 4% of the way to the target. December 2025. Do you see this? Do you see this? I get asked every single time, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Okay, you don't know, man. You don't know. You flip a coin. I don't know if it's going to be heads 3 times or tails 15 times or a Batman symbol is going to appear. I don't know. But I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is following what worked in the past. What works in every single asset class. I know they keep printing money. I know everything's a scam. I know eventually the fiat money does loops around the world. And then I know insiders are going to buy before the good news comes out and you're not going to have a chance to get in. And eventually, if you hold long enough, you will get, for example, 4 bad news, but you will have had like 8 good news. And you don't know when they're going to come. You don't know how they're going to come. You're just punting that if you hold long enough, the 8 good news will overpower the losses of the 4 bad news. That's it. You buy once, you sell once. You buy in the depression, sell in the euphoria. This is where it comes from. So obviously, I will get friends. You know, I will not capitulate on you, Lady Lentil. You are a kind baby doll friend. I understand. This is what happens, you know. I've even mentioned here, so you can read my comment here. I want to ask, what is the reason behind you ignoring the most important part of my strategy? And I've said this many times. The strategy involves a holding period of 24 months, and we're waiting until the 4th quarter of 2025. So you just ignore the part of that part, and you just say, well, 33 days going down. It's crazy, man. Can you imagine you had a daughter, and she was throwing her food in the kitchen. She's 3 years old, throwing her food in the kitchen, and you're like, oh my God, how are you going to be a productive member of society? How can I send you to university when you can't even pick up your food? Look at you. How about you give it some time? You ever thought about that? Right? Would you judge a 3-year-old based off what they're going to be doing at 18? You wouldn't. So I'd like to ask you, would you judge a portfolio, a strategy? Would you judge it based off only 4% of the time-weighted completion? Would you? Because, you know, you can go back in time. I want to show you this. Let's bring the same squares out. That's what we can do. We can bring the same squares out, and we can actually go back in time and see, hey, would you judge, let's say you bought crypto here, and then we're going to bring it here. Imagine you judge crypto in this little period of time here where crypto capitulated, but look what's happening by the end of it. From Bitcoin, from 6K, it ends up being at 60K. 10x higher. But look what I did first. Goes down, 50%, goes up, 100%, comes back down. You see what I mean? You just don't know in the short term. It's a random walk. You don't know because there are too many insiders and scammers. The market is moving. It's always pricing in stuff coming in that you can't interpret today. So even though we understand this, friends, it doesn't make it easy to combat your emotions. You need to deal with it yourself. I can look at it every day, go crazy with my peanut brain, and still survive. If it hurts you too much, don't look at it. There are 2 options. You can either not look at it, or you can also sell. You can just click sell and just leave. There's that. They're public markets. You can click out and exit. So this is why it's super important. That's why, moving on to the PulseChain ecosystem, PulseChain's down. It's still a daily chart. I don't even want to look at a daily chart. Daily charts get you nowhere. They get you nowhere in Bitcoin. They get you nowhere in Ethereum. I'm looking at the weekly chart. I like this. We're doing those 3 red candles. PulseX as well. We'll put it to a weekly chart. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 red weekly candles. You know, it's funny. I even mentioned this so many times. Hex took 4 months to clear the bottom and pump. Ethereum took 6 months to clear the bottom and pump. Solana took 4 months to clear the bottom and pump. We are on month 1. So even though I have this information, I understand people just want to get out. They're like, I want to get out. That's fine. That's fine. You can click and you can leave. That's fine. We're not going to judge you for it. Well, I promise you, I don't care. I don't care. I've provided enough information here. I help as much people as I can, right? Free out of my own time, mind you. It's just showing you, hey, this is what I'm doing. I make videos for me, friends. I make videos for me because when I was stuck here, wondering what's going on, I had to listen to the same grifters as everybody else. I was listening to the same YouTube grifters And then I'm like, oh, we're all holding, right? So that we were all looking at the same information. And then you find out in the bull market, they weren't holding. They were doing pump and dump ICOs. They were doing leverage trading commissions. They were doing all this insider stuff. They weren't actually holding. But it worked. It worked. It does work. So you have to listen to people's actions. Don't listen to the words they say. I am telling you what I'm doing. My actions here. Right? My actions here. We're going through this. I want you to know, every time you see me on Twitter Roonies, every time you see me with the video, you can feel, if you listen hard enough, you can basically tell what's going on in the market by my voice. You can tell. All right? You can tell. That's why I make so much juicy content for you. I never ever say, well, she'll be right. She'll be right. I don't like saying that. You got to accept what reality is right now. Yes, it's always tough. Yes, it's always going to rain. Does it mean you never go outside? No. It just means you put an umbrella, you put your cute little gumboots on, and you continue along the path. Because one day, the sun is going to shine on us again. Just like it shines on our friendship. I won't give up on you, friends. No capitulations here. Like, subscribe, button, or catch you in the next one.